So look, if you want to grow your wealth, your income, and increase the amount of time off, then these are the shortcuts that can help. Welcome to the Wealth Creation Podcast. Hope you're well today. Today is Thursday, I think. And in today's session, we're going to talk about 4 steps to scaling your business so that it can grow faster. And we're going to talk about doing that using profitable ads so that you can get more income coming in that you can then spend on more adverts, which means you can spend more on adverts, bring in more income. So then you can spend more on adverts, right? Kind of like a snake eating its own tail. And that's what we're going to talk about today. This is something that we do for our clients very successfully, might I add. And if you get this right, you can do this for your business as well, and it will work very, very well. This is based on the premise, the presupposition, if you were, that the person that can spend the most on ads is generally going to win. There's a couple of people that have spent any money on any ads. Elon Musk is one of them, before he went a bit doolally. He doesn't spend any money on ads for his products, Starlink and Tesla and all that kind of thing. Obviously, at the time of filming, Elon's having a few problems with Europe and Tesla, and I think in Germany the sales have tanked like 60%. But up to that point where he got involved with politics, he was doing very, very well with zero advertising spend. SpaceX, no advertising. And if you can do this as well, obviously not at the same level of Elon, because Elon's Elon, I suppose. But I find that a really interesting conversation. I remember Grant Cardone saying, if he can get in front of enough people, if he can persuade 50% of enough people, he can do anything. Hell, I could be president one day. And here we are with Donald Trump being president for, the next 4 years again. And some people absolutely hate the guy and some people absolutely love the guy. And wherever you are on either side of us, that coin, that's not what we're here to discuss. We're going to talk about how to scale your business profitably using adverts. And so there's like a 4-step system that you need to implement in your business. And if you've not got that yet, then perhaps this live stream or this podcast, if you're listening to the replay, perhaps that can help you along the way. So number 1 then, absolute number 1, traffic. You've got to have enough traffic going to whatever landing page or offer or website or whatever that happens to be. So in the olden days, traffic we used to call footfall. So if you used to own a butcher's and let's have a look. Sigma. I don't know what that means. Thank you for saying that, though. I appreciate it. If you are a butcher and you've got people walking past, in the olden days, we used to call that footfall. And now we call it traffic, and it's website traffic and that kind of thing. So you've got to be driving enough traffic. And there's usually 2 or 3 kinds of traffic that you should be driving. So number 1 is organic traffic. So this is things like live streaming, like we're doing now. Some people who are watching this, they'll click the link down below and they'll go check out some of the products and services that we offer. Brilliant. Other types of traffic, images and videos of cats and your dog, and you walking the dog and you going jet skiing, all that kind of thing works as well, to some extent. Really, that's about brand building and about building you into being a likable character. We call it an avatar, and you have to be a likable character to some extent. Again, we'll use Elon Musk and Donald Trump. Are they likable characters? To some people, yes, and to some people, no, but either way, they're getting a lot of traffic. They just, Donald Trump right now is the most famous person on the planet. And the second famous, is that Elon Musk? Maybe. Who knows, right? But what they've got is they've got this ability to command attention. And that's really what driving organic traffic is about. So you can do the Mr. Beast stuff. You can crash trains into each other and, the last person to take the hand off the Lamborghini wins it. You can do stuff like that. Obviously, if you're a small business, you can't really do stuff like that. But you don't have to go really way out of your way to create all this crazy fancy stuff. You can just create organic content like this live stream. Very, very basic. I've got a mobile phone, I've got a tripod, and I've got a camera, and I've got some notes on my other screen. I'm not even using my computer right now. I'm literally just using a mobile phone. Right, so it's not even like, I don't, where's my other phone? I just got an upgrade, got an S25, and that's what we're filming on today. My other phone's on charge, the S21, which is 4 years old. But up until a couple of days ago, I was using a very old phone. And up until like 2 years ago, I was using an old iPhone 6. iPhone 6. And you might ask, well, why do you use mobile devices? You know, I've got a very nice Logitech webcam, for example. Why do we use mobile devices in order to live stream? And usually it's because the camera is so much better quality. Now, interestingly, we've got a USB microphone plugged into the phone as well, Rode, and I can't show you because I have to unscrew it and things, but works really well. Hopefully getting really good sound, which is really important. But this is the thing. Anybody can live stream. Anybody can do it. And if you're not doing it right now, you're definitely missing out on content. So these are some great comments, by the way. I love the comments. Keep the comments coming in. Someone's in Ohio. Someone calls me a Rizzler. I always like the comments. This is the best chat ever. I don't think you're sincere. Where do you live? Tanvir saying, I'm so Sigma. That's nice. I don't know what that means. At least we're getting comments coming in. You can abuse me as much as you like. I don't really care. It just helps the algorithm, quite frankly. Yes, I love you too. Skibbity toilet. Skibbity. Nobody asked you, bro. That's wonderful. That's so good. So, traffic. You've got to drive traffic to your landing pages. So we talk about organic traffic, and that can be long form text. We've tested this where you get up on the morning while you're having your coffee, you write something long form about what you got going on that day, something you learned yesterday, just something like an insight into love, life, the universe, your business, things that you discovered yesterday, bad things that happened, good things that happened, things to look forward to. People are really interested. And this is the thing. Okay. Think about how you consume content. You might be sat on the toilet right now. Woohoo! And if you are sat on the toilet right now, give me a yeehaw. But maybe you're not. Maybe you are waiting for your kid and you're picking them up from school. Maybe you're going around the supermarket and you've got your phone and you're listening to a podcast, whatever, right? So this comes from where is your customers actually consuming content, and that's the type of content that you should be consuming, because some people can listen to the audio, some people want to watch the video, and then other people want to actually read. Like, I'm a reader, I like reading stuff. So you've got to create content that matches your end user, and often that is video, it's audio, and it's written. So long form content. So that's organic traffic. Drive that traffic back to your landing pages. The other type of traffic that you should be using as well is paid ads. So this is one of the things that we do really, really well. We run, I'll give you an example. We've got a £27 product. We spend £14 to acquire a customer for that £27 product. Like, how many customers do you think we can acquire selling a £27 product when we only spend £14? Like, an infinite number, right? So now we're ramping up, we're scaling up. This is how you scale up your business into further profitability. In fact, we had a conversation with somebody who runs a coaching practice, and they joined us like 2 months ago, and we're driving high ticket offers into their nurture system. That's working very well. We've got a number of people that think we're going to close this month. Wonderful. High ticket stuff. And then the conversations turned into, well, now we've got a £99 product. How about we spend a bunch on ads, drive traffic to the £99 product, maybe cost of acquisition per customer is £50, and they're going to sell it for £99 and make 49 quid. The money that they're spending on that allows them to ramp up the high ticket coaching offer. How amazing is that? What a wonderful way of actually being able to get that in place. I think that's a wonderful thing. And by the way, I'm just checking, because normally we have our name on there. I can't see my name being up for some reason. I don't know why my name's not up. It should be up. I don't know. It's not important, is it? Shall we check some of his comments? I dread to think some of his comments. We do find them quite funny, though. There we go. Like, they're really useful. Cap bro. I don't know what that means. Did he want you, sir? Oil up. What's that one? I don't know what that one is. Wonderful. Thank you for all the comments. Totally waste of time. And we won't talk about comments unless you've got something constructive to say, of course, and then we will talk about them. Tanvir showing his smiley faces, which aren't smiley faces anyway. So, talked about organic traffic. We've talked about paid traffic. specifically sending Facebook ads, could be Google ads, could be LinkedIn, could be Twitter or X. As long as it's paid traffic, it's relevant. You're sending them to a landing page with an offer, and hopefully it's what we call a self-liquidating offer. So this is the next step. We're going to drive all that traffic to a landing page. Yesterday or the day before, I was talking to a person. They wanted to sign up and have us drive some traffic to their product. And we said no, actually. And the reason why we said no is they're already running Facebook ads and we're already running a level of organic traffic to their offers. And I said, the only thing that we can do is email our list, which is a decent sized list, and drive more traffic to the same offer. But if that original traffic that you're already getting isn't converting, ours isn't going to convert either. There's no magic formula here. It needs to be the right traffic. You need to have a sales process and a marketing funnel all in place. It's not just this magical thing that just kicks in place. And I wish it was, but it just isn't. It takes a lot of effort, takes a lot of experience, takes a lot of knowledge. We've been running a digital marketing agency for over 10 years now. We've been doing this for 10 years and we've been learning ourselves, of course, for 10 years because of all the experience. You're either winning or you're learning. And every time we have a campaign that doesn't quite get the results that we want, we have to adapt the campaign. And so we learn from that. And then if you compare that to somebody else who goes, okay, Dan, what I'm going to do, I'm going to send some traffic. I'm going to do a landing page. I'm going to qualify some leads. I'm going to do some following up, right? And so they do all that. It takes them months and months. They spend a load of money on paid ads and it just poof, nothing. And that's generally what happens. And it's like, well, what did you expect? You don't know what you're doing. Why would you know what you're doing? Unless you spent 4 years learning how to run paid ads, learning about landing page psychology. I just had a session with my one of our team who looks after the graphic design team to create our adverts for Facebook ads. And it was a Facebook ad review session. And it's like, no, the logo's in the wrong place. It's too big. Move that down. The eyes aren't looking at the hook. And you might wonder what a hook is. A hook is the first sentence that pulls somebody in to get them to read the rest of the ad. And what was happening was that the client was really pushing what the image should look like. And it's like, but the client doesn't know what they're doing. If they did, they would be running the digital marketing agency and not us. So let's make these changes. We can still run a client ad based on what he wanted. But and we would compare his advert, paid ad, against ours, and we would split test his versus 3 or 4 of ours to see which one converts better. And that's what you need to do with yours. But if you don't know how to do that, if you've not got any experience on how to do that, if you're not NLP qualified, if you don't understand buying psychology, if you've not got 10 years experience, then fine, have a go. But in all honesty, what makes you think that you're going to be able to get those results? Those results take years and years and years of putting effort in and training and practice. Let me put it this way. If you trained like Michael Jordan every day for the next 5 years, do you think you'd be as good as Michael Jordan? Of course not. I've trained basketball. I've trained for 40 odd years, played basketball for 40 odd years. I'm nowhere near as good as anybody, right? In the NBA. Doesn't matter how much time and effort I put into that. If you haven't got the natural ability to put that in place, if you're not a marketer, if you don't understand the human psychology, your ads simply aren't going to work. You're just simply going to spend a lot of money on stuff that isn't working. Sadly, I wish that wasn't the case, but it absolutely is the case. So what you've got to do is you've got to drive your traffic over to your landing page, and then you've got to have on your landing page, it's got to be a squeeze page. And you know, the difference between a landing page and a squeeze page, technically they're the same thing, but there's some big differences I just want to run through. A squeeze page shouldn't have menus. Like I'm a hypocrite, right? Because our squeeze pages actually have menus on my website. But the whole point of a squeeze page is it squeezes people, feeds them down this funnel, squeezes them down the page to the button, which gets them to take the next simple step, which is sign up for something, buy something, download a PDF, get a training course, buy a £27 training course. That's the point of a squeeze page. So what happens is you should be driving all this organic traffic and all these paid ads over to a landing page, squeeze them down the landing page so that there's only really one thing for that person to do, and that is for them to take the next simple step. So I had another conversation this week. We speak to a lot of people. What they were doing was they were driving traffic to a landing page, to a webinar, to a £6,000 upsell from a webinar. Now, Is it possible to make money off a £6,000 webinar? Absolutely. But they were getting a very small number of people actually on that conversion, and there was no downsell. So our suggestion was go for the £6,000, drop them down to £1,000 if they can't do that for just pure trading. And so they've gone off and they're implementing that, and we'll see how that works in the next 2 weeks when we follow that up. But you've got to get them onto the next simple thing. And one of the reasons, or one of the ways in which you can scale your business really, really quickly, is to have a low ticket offer. And that low ticket offer is like £7, £17, 27 quid, 50 quid, £100, £200, kind of pushing it a little bit. That's more medium ticket offer. And that could be your first upsell, for example, at £200. So what happens is you drive in all this traffic over to this landing page, to this £27 product. You spend maybe £14, like we're doing on one of our campaigns, per acquisition. So you've got cost per lead. A lead is somebody who hasn't bought yet but is interested. You've got cost per acquisition. That's somebody who has actually bought the product. And I like CPAs. Cost per acquisition works really well because I know how much money to spend and how much money is going to come out the other end. So if we're spending £14 for a cost per acquisition, that's how much money it's cost me to make £27. So if we're making £13 profit, I can put that money back into paid ads, maybe double it, and make even more money. And this is what we said right at the start. This is a snake eating its own tail. You get this self-liquidating offer, and the more ads that you have and the more mini training courses that you have, the more money that you're going to make, as long as you can get the CPA being less than your income or your profit from the training, then you'll do really, really well. And this is the bit that most people don't get. They go, no, I'm going to run Facebook ads. I want to automate it all. This is literally what I hear every single week. Automation, Facebook ads, we go to a landing page, we go to a video sales letter, VSL, video sales letter, could be a webinar, evergreen, so it's on demand, you have to wait 30 seconds for it to play, and then they see the button, and then they click the button, and then they pay £6,000, and we're all going to live happily ever after. And so they set all this up, spend a ton of money on Facebook ads, create the landing pages, create a webinar, put it all on evergreen, and then poof, not a thing, not a sausage. All we've done is given Facebook a whole bunch of money. You might as well have gone to a beefer and add it large for the amount of money that you just spent on Facebook ads, because it doesn't work. Your offer is too high, depending on a number of things. You can do it, but it depends on who your target audience is. Do they even know you? Have they bought from you before? And if the answer is they don't know you or they haven't bought from you before, why are you going at them with a £6,000 offer when there's no trust there? There's no credibility. They don't know who you are. You're just an advert that they clicked on Facebook. Why would they know who you are? So you've got to offer them something low ticket. So this is what we do. We sell them a £27 product, a £17 product, a £7 product. They get the product, they get the training, they consume that content, which is usually face to camera, just like this. They're learning from me. They know all my little idiosyncrasies. They know all my sense of humor. They understand my accent. They know where I'm from. They know everything about me. Maybe not everything, but they know enough. And so now we've built a relationship with these people. Now they are ready to buy a £6,000 offer. And so there might be an upsell, a 297 upsell. And then it's like, yeah, now you've done your 297. Do you think if we went and offered them a £6,000 product, that a higher percentage of those people would actually buy that offer? Absolutely. Of course they would. But what you're trying to do for most people is you're going cold traffic to a landing page, to a high ticket offer, and then wondering why it doesn't sell. So you've got to have a landing page, got to have an offer, and then you've got to look at the conversions. And this is the bit that's really interesting and important as well as interesting. You've got to run traffic. How many people have seen it? What's the click-through rate, CTR? How many people have seen it? What's the click-through rate? How many people have actually landed on your landing page? Because not everybody who clicks lands on your landing page. Sometimes it times out and you get a disparity and you get really frustrated with Facebook, and then you stop advertising with them because Facebook has said you've had 100 clicks, but you've only actually had 60. It's because people just disappear. If you've got a slow website, for example, people will disappear. So all of these numbers are really important for you to work out, okay, well, how many people have seen the ad? How many people have clicked the ad? How many people have landed on a landing page? How many people have bought the buy now product, whatever that product is, a £7 product? What's our cost of acquisition for that £7, £17, £27 product? What's the upsell? How many of those is a percentage upsold? So let's say you sell 100 £7 products and you have 2 people who upsell to 297. So that's 600 quid, more or less. You spend, let's say 100 people clicked on it. And let's say it cost you, I don't know, let's say it cost you £300. But you made £600. You've had 100 people that bought at £7. That's 1,300 quid. And you spent 600 quid, let's say. I don't know, I'm making numbers up here, not real numbers. But you get the idea. And this is where you need to be checking the conversion mechanism, or conversion levels, I should say, actually, at every single level. How many people have seen it? How many people have clicked it? How many people have landed on your landing page? How many people have bought it? How many people have bought the upsell? How many people booked a strategy session? And then it's like, okay, so out of all those 100 people that bought, we only had 2 strategy sessions. Now we're into a different conversation, because then it's, okay, if we can increase from 2 strategy sessions, and let's say you close 50% on strategy sessions on a £6,000 product. So if we can increase that from 2 strategy sessions to 6 strategy sessions, and your closing rate is 50%, and you're selling a £6,000 product, that's £18,000 of income. That's why you have to look at the conversion levels at each and every stage. One small increase, like increasing your strategy sessions from 2% to 6%, is the difference from making £6,000 or £18,000. It's only 6% difference. But if you do that at every single step of your conversion levels, and you're checking those through, and you're making these tiny little differences, then you're going to make a lot more money in the long run. And this is the bit most people don't do. They haven't got time. They don't know how. And there's nothing wrong with any of that. No, I didn't know how. There was a time when I didn't know how to do that. There was a time when we recruit members and they might have an idea, but they've never really done it. So we have to sit down with them, and we have to teach our team how to do that for our clients. And our clients ask us how to do it. And it's like, no, you don't need to worry about that. That's our job to worry about that. That's what you're paying us the money for every single month on a monthly subscription, to run your Facebook ads and your landing pages, and to literally grow your business profitably using adverts and organic traffic and all that kind of stuff. Should we just check the chat room? Always dread checking the chat room. Go on, let's go and have a look. It's always worth a laugh. Johnny Sins here. It's just the same dude, actually. Keep saying P. Diddy. I don't know. Daniel Suck. That's nice. Please shoot me. That's nice. What's this stream about? That's just weird. Like, it's just the same people over and over again. It's very weird. Just weird. Like, Daniel Suck. Very odd. Hi, Alexander. Hope you're well. So this is the thing, folks. If you're going on somebody else's stream to abuse them, like, what do you think that really says about you? It doesn't say anything about me, does it? This is the thing that I love. There's 9 billion people worldwide. There's a lot of dickheads, and you're going to keep getting them. It's just part of it, really. Ooh, get a life. Ooh. It's very bizarre. Nobody cares. Well, you do, because you're here. When you say nobody cares. And it's probably some 13-year-old boy. It's very funny, though. Bitch, stop. And it's just the same people. That's a nice bit of feedback. Yeah, I agree. Nobody asked you about this thing. No, but you're still here, mate, aren't you? Oh, dear. Very funny. Anyway, so, a final bit on this. And thanks for all your comments, Daniel. You just helped my algorithm so much. It's appreciated. Thank you very much. But get out of your mum's basement, for God's sake. Okay, next bit then. You've got traffic. You've got landing pages, got an offer, got conversions. Next bit, you're qualifying leads. Now, this depends on your business, of course, because sometimes your business doesn't need to qualify leads. If you're a butcher and you're live streaming about this leg of lamb that you've got, and you've got 28 legs of lamb and they're 15 quid each, that's a great live stream to do, by the way. Well, how can a butcher live stream? Well, I've seen people with sweet shops, they live stream on TikTok all the time. It's really cool. It's really good. So you can definitely do that, and you sell out of your legs of lamb. Wonderful way of doing it. So like some industries, you don't need to qualify your lead. But a lot of our clients are people who work in an industry where it's not an instant sale, it is high ticket, and often they'll need to qualify leads. And so we do this, we call this a strategy session. If you want one, the link's down below. But qualifying people, we do a 15-minute strategy session. We get them on the phone. We find out about the business, who they are, what do they want to achieve, what are the things they've tried, what are the things they've failed on, what stopped them from being successful so far. And then usually in that conversation, for us, it's really glaringly obvious. And we're looking at their landing pages and we're looking at their Facebook ads or their Facebook content. And you're like, oh my gosh, okay, it's really obvious. This, and this, all that's wrong. Get rid of all that. Do this, do that, do that. And then if you want us to do it for you, then this is how you do it. So this is part of our lead qualification process. And obviously, sometimes we meet a client and we just don't want to work with them. Unfortunately, it does happen because we don't want to work with everybody. We want a nice, easy life. We don't want people who just moan and complain and all of that kind of thing. And that's okay. That's for us. And also, they don't want to work with us. It may be they've seen an advert off a Facebook ad. They don't know who I am. They get to speak to me. They don't like me. That's totally fine. Hopefully, they get to the stage where they don't like me before they book a call. That's one of the reasons we live stream. Because if you don't want to work with me, brilliant. You're never going to book that live stream, that strategy session. So you're never going to waste my time, which is awesome. That's exactly what we want. So we qualify people in or we qualify people out, and the clients are qualifying us in or out as well. I saw a chap on Facebook. How do you, he was asking a general question on his Facebook post, not directly to me, but was just asking a general question. And it was, how do you know if a digital marketing agency or an SEO agency are any good? Great question. And it's like, well, first up, you get them on a strategy call and you find out if they're actually know what we're talking about. Step one. That's a great way for people to qualify us, to talk about what we know and whether it's a good match. And also then we can talk about, well, we've done this with this client and that worked, and we tried that with that client and that didn't work, but then we swapped it into this and then that worked. Again, that's just where the experience comes from. And if you've not got that level of experience, you will struggle running your own Facebook ads and getting your own landing page conversions running properly. This is why a lot of people run Facebook ads and it just doesn't work, because simply you haven't got the experience that you need in order to run successful Facebook ads. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It's just one of those things, and that's fine. In which case, at that point, you need to come to people who have actually got the experience, who spend hundreds of thousands of pounds running Facebook ads, created hundreds and hundreds of landing pages, and help people with their initial training course or their initial £17 offer or a free PDF download, which is usually pants these days, by the way. If you're offering a free PDF download, like I just think you've got to go a little bit further. Like we said this in a podcast last week, your £27 product has to give £270 worth of value, like 10x worth of value in order for people to even want to get an upsell. And it's like, well, on your free stuff, on your, download this PDF, well, how much value? You should be giving at least 27 quid's worth of value. And even then, it's not great. Like we have a training course, it's £7. Is it £70 worth of value? Actually, it's more than that. We could sell that for £300 and we would get people paying for it and be very happy with it. But we don't. We sell it for £7 because it's about the amount of value that you're actually giving out. So free downloads, free PDFs, it generally doesn't work. Give people a 30-minute training course on whatever it happens to be. And we know for a fact, the statistics that prove this, that if you charge £1 or $1 or €1 for a training course, that person is much more likely to be upsold to a higher ticket product than somebody who doesn't have to pay anything. And somebody who just gets something for free without even putting an email address, they generally never, the freebie seekers, the tire kickers, they never get upsold. So actually having something where you can charge 7, 17, 27 quid, 30 quid, 40 quid, 50 quid, spend some money on that, drive traffic to it and get some closed sales, those people are much more likely to be upsold to a high ticket product. But if you're not doing that, that's really where you're probably going to struggle getting conversions because they're just not convertible. That's a phrase. They're just likely not to convert, sadly. And then just finally, the last thing I want to say on all of this is follow-up. So like on my other screen here, we use ActiveCampaign, and in ActiveCampaign, you have deals. And on the deals, so we've got, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 6 columns, okay? So column number 1 is new lead. So when somebody buys a £27 product, they go into the new lead column, okay? And we automate that with Zapier, so it automatically goes in. And then one of our team will follow up with those. Sometimes it's me, sometimes it's somebody else. Hey, I noticed you bought that. How's it going? What are you getting stuck on? And that every conversation or every email is a sales conversation or email, or it has the potential, the capacity to be that. So they're now a new lead. We'll follow them up. So they go into our contacted, awaiting response. Sometimes we'll respond, sometimes they don't. We'll send them another email checking in on them or another phone call. Then it goes with needs follow up. So they've replied. Now we need to follow up with them. Then we try and get them on a strategy session, and then we're going to upsell, we're going to downsell, we're going to find out more about their business and see what other products and services we can actually solve their problems with. After that happens, we then go into a 1-week follow-up. Hey, we spoke last Monday. How's that going? Where are you up to? And then hopefully we're either going to sell or we're not going to sell. We're going to put them into a nurture campaign. So then they get a bunch of emails going through for the next 4 years, effectively. That's literally how long a nurture campaign we've got, which is really awesome. We're adding to that on a weekly basis as well. So that's continually getting longer, which is really cool. But this is the bit that you need. And the final one is agreed waiting for payment, or agreed in principle waiting for payment. And often once they've paid, we then take them out of the deals structure and we put them into won or lost. And we don't win everything. Obviously, that's sales. Not everybody does win everything, but we win more than we lose. And that's the key when we're growing our business. And all of that comes from £7, £17, £27 products, gets them into the system, gets them into our nurture system, and then we're building lifetime value customers. All right. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Hope you found that useful. Thank you for all those people who made nice comments. Thanks to the few dickheads who made not nice comments. That's a reflection on you, not me. And hope you have a wicked day. I'm flying tomorrow. I'm off to the UK for the weekend. Lucky me. So hopefully we'll catch up on Monday. We might live stream tomorrow, but I doubt it. But anyway, have a wicked day and we'll speak to you soon. Take care. Hey, it's Dan here. Thank you for listening. Really appreciate each and every one of you. Please click like or subscribe to the entire podcast.